I just thought I'd touch base a little bit since graduating with the MBA in 2023. So then I went on to do postgrad, and through my postgrad year, I was invited alongside 6 other rangatoi to Rakiura by Kati Māmoe, the hapu down there, as part of the Manua TT, Manua Toi Manua Reo, where the hapu have aspirations of returning their reo taeao back to the whenua. And so 6 of us rangatoi were invited in to work with their taonga around there. So work with 6 of their local artists as well to help, I guess, build that connection to the whenua there. And so this was Papa Bay. I was introduced to Uku through Papa Bay Reo. There, so we were taken to a special wahi where we were gathering Uku and working with that there. This one here is the image, not my image, but this is part of the head activity with mooring lander, and so I was introduced to mooring through Sarah Hudson and Ko Wairaro. I was doing a bit of rangaho with him, and had this connection with mooring, and was invited to participate as one of the weavers, not really, but muka practitioners probably is a better description. And so we were invited to participate in this beautiful dialogue between past, present, and then future, where we were taken into Pukeariki museums, and Maureen always talks about, if she's going into these institutional spaces, who's she bringing with her? And so she was like, well, I'm bringing all of you with me, to make it more of a safe space, I guess. And so that we could return and visit these amazing taonga, and then look at these as these are tauira in terms of kākahu making technologies. So we were given a few different techniques to work with and respond to these taonga that had been in museum collections, hadn't been visited, hadn't been brought out for a long time. This is on the Honolulu Regional Museum at the moment, curated by Tagati Taiaroa, who I've worked alongside. So this, in my postgrad journey, I applied to Banff to do traditional tanning. I was really wanted to learn at kanohi ki te kanohi. It was really important to me that working with kiri and skin, that was something that I learned as a taonga or passed down. So originally I was working with fish skins from Jamie Chan, who is Canadian Chinese, and is doing the most incredible reclamation. So I was working with her, and so I managed to get her to Banff, and this is us working with the Sacred Buffalo, and so it's a reclamation. These are my the knowledge keepers and elders and my teachers, and 8 participants that were invited in. It was the first time this program had ever been run. And the most beautiful part of it is that they brought in the elders, they brought in 2 busloads of elders to visit while we were doing this mahi and to participate in it. And I really don't have the words for how they responded. There was a lot of tears, the smells, the sounds of the work, and the memories that they hold. And so, just to be amongst this, most special time, and then bringing some of these techniques back to be able to explore through my own practice as well, material practice. And then, so through the connection of He Kiti Iti, then there was, this is He Tukutuku Auatana, which was Quebec Brewster Art Gallery. It was the first time a Māori artist had taken up the entire gallery space. So, you know, it was a massive, for us in Māori and Taranaki. And it was Maureen revisiting Taranaki from some of her previous work she'd done in the 80s. And so I think Tui was he was in some of the original images, and his whānau had been doing this mahi as well. Unfortunately, Maureen, the work was a collaborative, so she brought in over 100 makers participated in this exhibition. And unfortunately, she wasn't able to travel down to get out into community and do a lot of the mahi at the time. So I was asked to come in and work with our tamariki in the kaupapa as a poa for Āpiti Māori on a short-term contract for Quebec Brewster. And so I just wanted to highlight, because this is all tamariki mahi here, well, I mean, obviously Maureen's vision, and then, so this Ngāpuna Waiora is a remake of one of her original works, and so we took the tamariki out to the awa, because the muka and the harakeke are all the tributaries coming off the Maunga to Taranaki, and so we took them to Hangataua Awa, and they went there, and one of the kohatu selected them, and then they were able to paint their aspirations of what it is to be katiaki, and to have a relationship with our water, ki taki tai, from the Maunga all the way back down to the whenua. So all these kohatu are done by tamariki, the whiri, all done by tamariki. So that was amazing. And then I thought I'd just finish up with Te Kunenga o Te Rā, who is is out here. And this is a kind of a recap of all these experiences into what I would now call my research methodology, which was gifted to us by Maureen and looking at the knowledge that's held within kiti. I kind of pushed kiti a little bit further, and so the rangaho that I'm doing now with Huhana, Bob and Kura as my supervisors is around looking at the material environment rupture that led to I don't know, the silence, I guess, of our skin-based kākahu practices. So I'm looking at the hurukuris and the kahukēkino, so the sealskin cloaks, the cloaks that are stitched together as whole pelts, and just looking at if we hadn't lost these practices, what could they look like today? So this is looking, so some of these techniques are some that I was taught over on Turtle Island. So down the side, the muka is a horsehair wrapping technique, which, you know, the horse being the taonga as well. And then, look, so this is a tauira, and looking at restoring some of the damage that the tools of the pen and ink have done over time, specifically Te Tiriti and Toioho Suppression Act. And so the use of oak gull ink, which is the legal archival ink, and then how we can restore that through using those same chemical processes to create the ink, but restoring it through our own visual narrative. So, nō ora.